Round one, fight!
What's going on, BW Sports One Nation? It is Dalion, and we are here for another episode of Combat Zone, brought to you by Rockstar Realty, 317-503-8322. Buying or selling a home? Talk to Shawn at Talk to Tucker today, 317-503-8322. And if you want to look like this, looking elite, you check out Elite Performance, 765-499-1005. Zach Dirr over there will make sure that you are ready to get the elite fitness into your workout, 765-499-1005. And if you are looking for a great energy drink that has zero sugars and not a lot of carbs, but it'll get you energy ready, rogueenergy.com. Put in BW Sports One as the promo code to get your 10% discount on all products, all products. Now, we got a special co-host tonight. I love bringing this guy in. He's my buddy from Southern Indiana / Northern Kentucky, none other than Mr. Mayhem himself, Nate Maness. What is going on, brother? How we doing?
Man, everything's good. How you doing over there?
Hey, Indy's living it, man. We're living it up here. I can't, I'm actually going to try to go over to see our boy Bobby Emmons this weekend in his matchup here. I found out when I was down that way earlier this week that he's actually participating. I didn't think his old butt was going to do it again, but he lied and he got suckered into it somehow.
Right. Bobby's always down to compete, man. It doesn't matter how he's feeling. He's in. He's game.
Yes, he is. That is no lie. So, let's start off. Unfortunately, we were looking forward to bringing you on the show for a pre-fight interview like we do all the time. What happened, man?
Oh, man. What's actually kept me out is a growing tear. Since the start of camp, man, I've had knee problems, back problems. Like I told you before we went live, I think I was out more during this training camp than I was actually getting to train, which it's unfortunate because I like the opponent. I like the matchup. I'm ready to get back in there. We'll be seeing a doctor in April, hopefully get everything cleared up, start training again, and be back this summer.
Good deal. Good deal. I can't wait to get on the mat with you, man. I've been down there, and I kind of, Bobby was saying he must have got word that the lion is coming down. No.
That's exactly
Nowhere
it,
close,
man.
folks.
He let me know himself that you were coming, and I was out of there.
Not true, folks. We're totally bullshitting there on that one. So, how has obviously this happened, recently. How has it been since you kind of pulled that groin and been going through this? Are you feeling a little bit better? Obviously, it's like I said, it's recent, but are you feeling the recovery start?
Yeah, man. Since I tore my groin, it's been 2 weeks now, so I'm starting to walk around quite a bit better. Every once in a while, I'll kind of take it out of that place that it likes to be, and it'll kind of send little shock waves all down my leg. You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Letting you know quick.
Yeah, man. Your body's always going to let you know. But a lot of it's mental just as much as it's physical. I'm not used to sitting around the house for 2 weeks. I'm kind of going nuts, really.
So what do you got going on at the house, man? I mean, I know you got the wonderful wife there. You got the new car. Obviously, I haven't seen the Mustang in person yet, but I've seen pictures of it. So what's kind of keeping you going around the house other than going crazy?
Oh, man. What's been a little bit exciting is that Adrian Yanez called me out this last Saturday. So me and him have been doing some Twitter back and forth. That still makes me feel a part of the outside world a little bit. But, man, other than that, it's been hard. It's been really tough. We've been doing our podcast Friday and Saturday. So that's been something that keeps my head on straight. But, man, just sitting around in the house, I'm going crazy. I'm not used to all the downtime at all.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, you've been active for what? I mean, a good 15 years or so, 20 years or so now, and
Yeah.
you do get kind of stir crazy. It's kind of like the pandemic hit, and you're stuck now. You're like on a quarantine, not
Yeah,
sick, but
right.
I mean you don't have much else to do right now.
When Bobby got COVID, man, he talked about going outside and he was sweeping the sidewalks and things like that just to have something to do. So I'm feeling this pain right now.
Well, in other UFC news, the big news that we've heard just this week was the former champ in the women's division, Miesha Tate, coming back. I believe the date is July 17th. And I can't remember her opponent, but I was just glad to hear her coming back. What are you seeing for Miesha Tate's future?
Yeah, man, she's always been exciting. Her fights with Ronda Rousey were really entertaining, even though she come out on the losing end of those. She is a former title holder. Her comeback win against Holly Holm was a really good fight. I'm excited to watch her, man. It's just been 4 or 5 years. Most of the time when you take that kind of time off, you don't get better. You kind of decline just with the time off and age. I hope she does well. I don't see her being a title contender, really, though.
So before the show started, we were talking about, that Amanda Nunes is like a thorn in the whole division's side right now. Excuse me. Miesha Tate's getting kind of a warm-up fight, and she's wanting to make that jump back to the title. What do you think about it if and when this happens? Amanda Nunes takes on Miesha Tate. What are your thoughts? Probably about the same as mine.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go well for anyone. The only person that I even give a shot is Valentina Shevchenko. They've already fought twice, and Amanda Nunes has beat her twice already. But I think she's the only girl with the skills to really compete. I see Juliana Pena getting the next title shot. I don't think she's going to do very well. Amanda Nunes is just different, man. She's built different.
Definitely. So let me ask your opinion on this. If you had to compare Amanda Nunes to one of the the most functional male fighters in the league, whether it be current or past, who would you compare her to?
Oh man, I'd like to train with her one day just to get a feel of what it's like. You know what I mean? I kind of compare her to Renan Barão when he was on his run at 45, going a long time without taking a loss. Good stand up, but also black belts on the ground. I think that would be a good comparison.
I think I like that. I like that, man. I wasn't even thinking about him until you said it. I'm like, damn, that's a good man. I'm glad I helped you start that podcast talk, man. You're starting to get the knowledge on the screen. I love it.
Starting to do the homework a little bit better too.
There you go. There you go. Well, yeah. I mean, we'll get to that here in a second, but we've been, passing back and forth picks over weekends, for the past, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 weeks now, and I have noticed the trend that, your picks are getting a little bit better.
We had that last show, and you kind of had the card out there in front of you making your picks, and you were kind of looking at the range, the height, who they had beat, stuff like that. And I'd always made my picks off of I like this guy, I know him, I'm just gonna go with him. So just doing a little bit more homework, getting into the mix a little bit.
Yeah. Are you doing a little bit better on your bets over the past month?
Yeah, I'm doing better. Putting together too big of parlays. I'm having like one person fall out on me here and there, but yeah, definitely doing better percentage wise for sure.
Good. I'm glad, man. I like when we all make money instead of the bookies making the money, man.
Right.
Well, let's jump into it. Tomorrow night, UFC 260, big heavyweight matchup for the title. But we're going to start. We're going to do the whole main card. So, folks, get your pen and paper ready. Get those apps ready. We check out mybookie.ag. Put BWSPORTS in for the promo code. Get your 50% deposit match and a $10 free bet. Put it right here on UFC 260 tomorrow night on these parlays, maybe. Who knows? So I know my boy Nate, he uses MyBookie as well. It's a good site. I like it. It is what it is. It's a booking site. It's not a lot known, but our buddy Rafael Esparza from MyBookie and Doc Sports Picks has always told us, don't always look at just one app, one betting book. You want to kind of look around and see what the numbers are comparing to each other and get your best bang for your buck. So whether it not be MyBookie at that time, always check around. Starting with let's see. Oh, I'm gonna get my notes up here. You know how I do with the notes. Jamie Malarkey versus Kama Worthy, the Death Star. What are you thinking about this matchup, Nate?
I love the nickname, the Death Star, man. I'm a little jealous. I like it. I know Kama Worthy. He's from Pennsylvania, so that's not too far away from here. So I've known quite a bit about him for a while. He's pretty close to my weight class. He was fighting at 45 for a while. I'm going to take Kama Worthy. He's ranked number 42 in the world. Malarkey's 106. He is a slight favorite. He's guillotine guys like Luis Pena, knocked out Devontae Smith. I think those are two big wins for him. The reach is about the same. Height's about the same. I'm going to go with the experience of Kama Worthy and me knowing him kind of personally.
Look at this. Look at this, man. It's like you're a true co-host of mine now. Coming with that research, man. I love it, brother. I love it.
Doing a little bit better, learning from the best, you know.
Hey, I like that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. No, kind of looking at, the records. Malarkey's 12-4. Death Star, I'm just calling him Death Star. Worthy, 16-7. Both coming off a loss on their last fight. The reach is identical at 74 inches. The leg reach, you got a 2-inch reach advantage on Worthy's side. The thing I'm looking at, honestly, not just the 4-1 since 2019. I'm looking at a land per, like a significant strike land per minute of 4.12 per minute for Worthy compared to Malarkey's only 1.87. I'm agreeing with you, sir, as far as who to pick in this one at a -130 as of now. I think that volume of punches and strikes are going to be the difference in this fight. So I'm going to agree with you, man. I'm liking your pick one. Here we go.
I like it.
I'll tell you what, guys, if we go all 5 of these main event fights and we come together on all 5 of them, you best damn well put that parlay in.
There you go.
All right, moving down to the second fight on the main card, we have, if this would move for me, there we go. Well, I got the last names written down, but I want to get the full names at first when we're talking about it. Let's see. All right, Jillian Robertson versus Miranda Maverick. What's your thoughts on this, Nate?
At first glance, I wanted to take Jillian Robertson just because I know the name. I've seen her fight a few times. There's not a whole lot that sways me towards Miranda Maverick. I think I am going to choose her, though. She's got a little bit on the reach. I think her record's quite a bit better. She hasn't fought quite the competition that Robertson has, but I think she's going to make a little coming out party for this fight. And I'm going to take her by decision.
Decision. Wow, okay. Look at her. Well, I'm going to say, I'm agreeing with you so far. She's got that 5-win streak right now. The last 5 fights have all been dubs for her. Robertson is sitting as an underdog at +140 right now to Mavericks -165. Again, like you mentioned, a couple inch reach advantage on Mavericks' behalf. But again, 9.8 is the significant strike land per minute by Maverick. Again, that right there alone is making me take Maverick because I think the volume of striking is just going to wear Robertson down. I agree wholeheartedly with you that I don't think that Maverick has seen necessarily the competition that Robertson has. But, man, Maverick's just got that volume in her throws, or kicks, punches, and everything that I think, again, that's going to catapult her with the W in this one as well. So we're 2 for 2, brother.
2 for 2. I like it.
2 for 2. All right. Now this one may be a little different. I can't remember. Okay. You sent me the picture earlier, and I can't remember exactly what you marked it as. But yeah, we're gonna see Sean O'Malley versus, I can't remember his first name. Was it Thomas Almeida?
Yep, Thomas Almeida.
Thomas Almeida. So go with it, brother. What are you going with?
For this fight, man, we got Thomas Almeida. He's coming off 3 losses in a row. Their height definitely goes to Sean O'Malley with 4 inches. The reach is the same, but that height, having to punch up, does make that reach a little bit different. Sean O'Malley, I think he was beating Cheeto in their fight. I think he was finding his range, touching him up. It's unfortunate for the ankle injury, which, I mean, you could say that Cheeto, threw the leg kick and it landed that. However you want to call it, I think he was winning that fight. I think this is handpicked for Sean O'Malley to come in here and get a win over a notable name coming off 3 losses, but not everybody knows that. I definitely think Sean O'Malley is probably going to knock him out. He's not a really strong wrestler. He's not really going to look to take Sean down. And if he does, I think he's just going to gas himself out, not having those wrestling skills. Definitely Sean O'Malley by knockout.
No, we're going 3 for 3, brother. I'm going to go with you on Sean O'Malley. I agree that, he was definitely winning that last fight. He got caught, not necessarily caught, but the ankle did kind of obviously seize the fight. 12-1 he's only lost coming off of that. I don't want to say controversial, but it was an injury. An injury ended the fight. The only thing that I'm really looking at on Thomas Almeida's side is the experience. I mean, he's 22-4. He is coming off a few losses in a row. Man, it's hard to go up against those Brazilians. However, I'm going to go with you because, like I said, I think Sean O'Malley is coming in here with a chip on his shoulder to show the world that was kind of a quote-unquote fluke last fight. The injury is the only reason that made him lose that fight. He's coming in with vengeance, and he's a minus 330 favorite to Almeida's plus 260. If you want to bet an upset, I should guess, do it separately. Don't put this on your parlay. Put O'Malley on a parlay. But if you want to go with Almeida winning the fight on a separate pick, I would not be necessarily thrown off with it. So if you want to make a little extra money on a good underdog, go with Almeida just because of that experience. But if you're going to put it on a parlay, definitely go with O'Malley. I like your pick, man.
And O'Malley's been hurt twice in his fights. He was fighting, I think, Andre Sockhamhath, however you say his last name. He hurt his leg in that fight, too, and just ended up still getting the victory. So you really don't know how his body's going to hold up, man. A fluke could just be a normal thing for him, and Almeida can get this victory.
That's what's keeping me kind of nervous about picking on this fight, honestly, because it could happen again. How strong is that leg? How strong are these injuries lingering along in his body? We're about to find out here in about a little over 24 hours. I'm
going to stay away from betting on that one just because of all the unknowns.
I would agree. I like that, man. See, the Mayhem is finally thinking and betting with the head and not the heart. That's how we make money, folks.
I think I'm finna get you on this next one, though.
I don't know. All right. We got Tyrone Woodley in the co-main event. Tyrone Woodley versus Vicente. Is it Luque?
I think so. Yeah.
Luque? Okay. Let me hear it.
All right. So, man, this is the hardest pick for me. I've watched Vicente Luque come up. He's got a lot of big wins. The only guy he's really lost to in recent memory is Wonderboy Thompson. He has the reach advantage, the height advantage. The only thing with Tyron, man, is he's coming on 3 losses now, but they're only to Gilbert Burns, Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman. No bad losses there at all. He has beat Wonderboy twice, who Vicente's lost to in the last couple years. If this was an even fight, I think I would probably lean towards Vicente Luque, but I think Tyron Woodley at plus 200. He can be in any fight, man. He can use his wrestling at any time. He has knockout power. Vicente is very hittable. He gets hit a lot. He's into a lot of brawls. I think it just depends on what Woodley comes out, man. When he comes out aggressive like at Darren Till, he puts people away. But sometimes you can see him be a little bit more backing up against the cage, letting the fight come to him. I think if he's aggressive, Tyron can still hang with the best. I'm going to take Woodley for the upset.
Okay. As he said, Tyrone Woodley is the underdog at plus 200 to Luque's minus 240. We are differing on this fight, sir. I think this is honestly going to be the only one that we differ on the main card tomorrow night. Yeah. But again, it goes kind of back to the volume of strikes. Right. Luque throws almost 6 per minute that connects and is significant impact. The past 3 fights, like you did say, they're not actually bad losses for Tyron Woodley. But in my opinion, I think Woodley's time has kind of overdone himself.
Man, he is 39 years old too. He's getting up there.
Exactly that, and the past 3 fights, you can honestly see. Actually, not the first one that he lost. Who was that? Because he lost the title to.
Yeah, he lost to Kamaru Usman.
Yes. Since then, I don't want to say Usman broke him, but I think Usman really showed a lot of flaws in Woodley's game. And since then, I just have not seen that fire in him like that used to be. That makes me kind of skeptical on him moving and advancing up again in the ladder of the division. I think, honestly, Luque takes this one because, again, on the volume of shots that he's going to be throwing, I think he could connect, and I think he might knock him out.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. And it's kind of like the O'Malley fight, too. You just never know what you're going to get with Tyron. Is he going to come to be aggressive and fight? Is he going to kind of move around the outside of the cage? I think if he's hesitant, Vicente is going to have his day with him for sure. That was the hardest pick for me. I can definitely see why you would take Luque.
Do you think – let me ask you this question, side note here. Do you think if Tyron Woodley loses this one, he's done?
Yeah, I think they're cutting him. They're cutting Junior Dos Santos. They're cutting Alistair Overeem. I think Tyron's definitely done going 0-4 and being as old as he is. Probably with the amount of money they pay him, too.
Well, yeah, the amount of money, but I was more so thinking retirement. Do you think that he would kind of hang the gloves up after this? It'd be his 4th loss in a row. Obviously, UFC, like you said, would probably, X him from the roster of the UFC. But do you think that Tyron Woodley would look at this and say, okay, if I win, I'm going to continue going on until I lose, and then we'll figure it out. If I go into this and I lose, this is it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think if he loses, he's probably done. I don't really see him. If he can't get hyped up for this fight, I don't think he's going to get hyped up in Bellator. Something I can see him doing is these celebrity boxing matches. I think he's one of those guys that would like to get involved in something like that. But as far as actual MMA, yeah, I think this would be his last fight if he does lose.
Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to, show disrespect or any throwing shade on Tyron Woodley. He's had a hell of a run in the division, in the organization, in his career. Like I said, man, you said he's 39 years old. I say from the past couple fights, I just do not see that fire in him like there once was, especially when he was on the way to the belt. And I think this will be it for him.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that at all. It's a close fight for me.
Very close, very close. Now, the moment of truth, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, freaks of all ages, the heavyweight rematch between Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou. Go ahead, Mayhem. Lay it on me, brother.
This is a hard fight just because heavyweights, anybody can put anybody out, and obviously Francis is really good at doing just that. He's coming off a win streak since losing to Stipe, but he's fought. I think Curtis Blades was the only wrestler, and he never even had a shot at getting a hold of him. Right. None of those wins really tell me anything different than the Ngannou that faced him the first time. Stipe coming in a little lighter. I think he weighed in at 233, 234. It's like a 30, 40-pound weight difference. That scares me a little bit just because usually the wrestlers are the bigger guys, not necessarily the smaller guys. But yeah, I'm going to take Stipe. I think smart money Stipe, and he's near even right now, maybe even a little bit of an underdog. I don't think he can go against the champ. He stuffed a lot of Daniel Cormier's shots, and I think Daniel Cormier is a different level of fighter than the guys that Francis Ngannou has been fighting. And Francis Ngannou has been in the cage for like 3 minutes the last couple of years just because he knocks guys out so fast.
2 minutes and 42 seconds has been his last 4 fights.
And Stipe has been in the mix with Daniel Cormier, one of the best heavyweights of all time. Everybody talks about Francis Ngannou getting better and training. I think Stipe has gotten better too. He's been fighting the best in the world. I'm gonna go with Stipe.
There you go. He's going with the champ. And yes, as of right now, when I looked it up, it's plus 115 to the champ. To Ngannou's minus 135 as being the favorite. He does have that 3-inch reach advantage over Stipe. And like you said, I mean, there's damn near 30 pounds difference in between these guys. You know who he kind of Ngannou kind of reminds me of, do you remember the Monster, Kevin Randleman?
Yes, I do.
He kind of, I mean, other than, obviously Randleman was a hell of a wrestler.
Right.
But the physique that Francis has reminds me similar to what Randleman looked like. I mean,
Right.
like I said, obviously Randleman had astronomical wrestling ability, way superior to Ngannou, but the size, the look, and when Stipe steps into that, that cage with him tomorrow night, obviously they've done the weigh-ins, they've done the press conferences and the press, all that stuff this week, and
yeah.
He's looked at him, he's seen him. But I really don't think that Stipe has, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't think that Junior Dos Santos is as big as Ngannou. I think Ngannou is, and obviously, DC is shorter. I mean, he's still stout, and yes, he is an amazing athlete with all kinds of attributes in that cage. But man, that 30-pound difference is making me a little nervous. Like you said, I agree with you on that. It's just Ngannou's a big man, but I think Stipe has the same strength, if not more strength, in his power and punches wise than Ngannou does, and he's got more speed. So I will agree with you on this matchup that I think Stipe will keep the belt, but I don't think you're going to see. I could be way wrong on this, but I'm going to call this out of the blue here. I don't think you're going to see a quick knockout from either side. I think it's going to go a little bit. I think Stipe is going to try to wear him down some, maybe even chop those legs up, because God knows those calf kicks kill, and they chop a tree down by the roots. But I think he's going to wear him out, and then maybe we see Stipe really start to go in on him and put some pressure on him and get the knockout win.
That's what I say with Francis's physique. If he does get taken down, how many times can he get up before those muscles kind of turn on him? And Stipe can go, probably 10 rounds. He's always in good shape, always never looks like he's tired. We haven't seen Francis be put in those positions since Stipe. And in the training room, you can obviously get better, but there's something about the pressure, the spotlight being on you, and then having to get up off your back. I think Stipe is going to win this decision.
I agree. Are you saying it's going to go to the decision?
I'm
go all 5 rounds?
I'm going to take by decision. I think Francis is tough enough not to give up any TKOs or anything like that. And I think Stipe will be able to dodge any of Francis's shots. And Stipe, by wrestling, I think it's going to look a lot like the first, honestly.
All right. Mayhem bringing the mayhem tonight on Combat Zone, guys. He's going with Stipe in a decision. I'm going with Stipe, and I'm going to say 4th round knockout, because I think by then Ngannou kind of wears down, and like I said, Stipe goes in for the kill in the 4th round. So we'll have to see. Obviously, you and I are going to be talking back and forth all night tomorrow night about these fights, especially the ones that we didn't talk about. We're going to be like, all right, who'd you go with? And then I'm going to send you mine, and we're going to be like, okay, doesn't look too bad.
Have you made any bets yet? You know what kind of way you're looking?
I haven't put anything down yet officially, but I think that I'm going to go with a 3-fight parlay on the main card. I'm going to go with Stipe, I'm going to go with Maverick, and I'm going to go with Worthy as my 3-fight parlay on the main card. What are you thinking? What do you got?
I think I'm going to put one on maybe not too much money, just a smaller one that's going to have a good payback. I think I'm going to parlay Stipe, who's a small underdog, and I'm going to put Woodley on there and see if I can get something done with those two.
Woo! All right. It's called gambling for a reason, folks.
Right.
And my man is gambling, putting Woodley in there. But like you said, it just depends on which Woodley shows up, man. If we see Woodley like he was when he was aggressive and hungry, then yeah, I think he's going to win. But man,
I think another little small detail we left out on is this is the first time he's fought in a 3-round fight in forever. I think he has plenty. He's got that explosive power that he kind of has to gauge in a 5-round fight, so he doesn't gas out. I think he can kind of put the pedal to the floor in this 3-round fight and at least secure 2 rounds, man, and really go for it. So hopefully he's thinking like that, and hopefully he does it.
Well, for your bet, I hope he does, because I'm staying away from it.
Right, there you go.
Stay away from it. Nathan Mayhem Maness, folks, UFC's rising star in the 145-pound, right? I don't want to say that wrong. 145-pound weight class, correct?
135. I haven't fought at 35 yet.
I really want you to go up, I guess. All right, Nate, tell everybody where they can find you and what shout-outs you got, brother.
Yeah, you can find me Mayhem Maness 1 on Twitter and Instagram. My Facebook, Nate Maness. I'd just like to thank my sponsors, Being in Construction, Max Custom Completions, Baker Chiropractic, Ape Ethics, Team Lynn, Merle Painting, Willett Landscapes, Great North Supplements, Nachos Grill. Appreciate you guys letting me train full time and being able to do this, man. Thanks for having me on.
As always, brother, more than welcome. And I'm looking forward to coming down to Evansville area and getting in that nice guy submission fighting gym and seeing you healthy instead of running from me, every time I come down there. No, totally bullshit.
My time's coming. I'm going to have to deal with it.
My time's coming. My time is coming, sir. Nate, again, thanks for coming on. You ever want a guest on your podcast, man, you can hit me up. I'll gladly talk some shop with you.
All right. Yes, sir. We'll have you on soon.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Everybody check out the podcast. What's the podcast name?
Championship Rounds with Mayhem and the Motivator.
There you go. Championship Rounds with the Mayhem and the Motivator, guys. Check them out. 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Combat Zone, as always, Friday night. We will see you next week. And we are out.